What's going on, YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I am the crypto vet, and I'm finally back home, got everything set back up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. If you like my videos and you made money off some of my trades, please hit the like button. If you don't like me, hit the subscribe and tell me why you don't like me in the comments. But let's go ahead and get started on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to go over Bitcoin a little bit today, as well as XRP, my favorite one. But let's go ahead and see what the market looks like. It looks like we got a lot of green going on right now. That's good. That's good. We'd like to see this. I actually tweeted this one out here earlier because when I pulled up CoinMarketCap, it pulled this up and all I saw was this little red thing here, and it reminded me of a QRS complex in an EKG, which is what everybody knows is the little heartbeat line. And to me, it just looked like USDC flatline. So it gave me a good chuckle, and I like to laugh at my own jokes, but other than that, everything seems to be going really, really well. It's looking really, really good. I am still a little bit concerned, and I'm going to show you why. The biggest gainers right now are Chainlink here at 977. The Link Marines are showing up. Our biggest loser, which is not a loser at all, only minus 3%. Come on, we go 20 and 30% in crypto. This ain't shit here. It's Cybervein, never even heard of it, but it's only down 3%. So let's go ahead and head over to Bitcoin. So this is kind of a weird looking chart. You guys probably haven't looked at these much, but one of the things I always try to tell people is when you don't know what's going to happen is zoom out. Right, we're getting close to the end of the month, so the reason I'm bringing up this chart here, this is the 3-month Bitcoin chart, and it's because in 6 days this 3-month chart candle will close. Also, most likely you would know that here in also 6 days we will be closing our monthly candle, and these are very, very important for us to look at because this is the big picture. So if I go back here to this 3-month candle chart, we just have not very, very many candles here because most of them are towards the back end here. But right where we're trading right now is such an important spot. And I'm actually going to draw it right where it is trading, a horizontal ray here. And what do you guys see? You guys can see here that we have 2 major candles back in July and April. So these are 3-month candles. Again, this is 90 days worth of data here. We are below that line. So this is 90 days times 2. So 180 days of data showing that we have a hard time getting above the 10.7679-ish, somewhere in there, within $50 plus or minus. We can also see that for the next, not just 90 days, 180 days, 270 days here, we were never able to even get above that line there. And now, where we currently are now, in this 3-month candle chart, we are struggling again to get above this. So this is kind of a bad thing for Bitcoin. I am very, very bullish in the long term, but everybody wants this to happen now, okay? And right now we're at a critical point. In the next 7 days, Bitcoin could close somewhere up here, 11,000, 11,100, where we had that, institutional resistance, whatever you want to call it, that resistance line that was in a strange spot, not in a fib line. But if we could get up there, that would be the highest body close that we have had since January of 2018. That's a huge thing because that's a break in, technically like a break in structure, right? Because if we just took what we have here now, what do we got? We got we had this was our big trend here, right? We have broken out of that with this one. So with this 3-month candle closes above this, we're still bullish. But if we close a little bit lower here below that line, we've broken the long-term structure here, but we still have a lot of resistance still to come. Do I think Bitcoin can overcome that? Of course I do. It's just everybody else is trading, big people, they see these charts as well, and they're waiting for the best time to buy as well. So I'm going to take off the 3-month here, and I'm going to go down to the 1-month candle that also closes in 6 days. Let's zoom out a little bit. So remember those little lines I drew, bottom, top, the symmetrical triangle we were in? I also now have the 21-week moving average that we can see a little bit better now with some more candles. If I go ahead and draw that same horizontal ray right around the 10s, we'll just do it right where it's trading at. Okay, we can see that these candle bodies mimicking the same thing we saw on the 3-month chart. We were struggling, and now we were above it with this candle body here, the big one. This is the one where we broke out. We stayed in an indecision candle here. The bottom is touching where that's at, and now we're basically forming with a nice hammer candle if we can close above this line. And that would be a very, very strong bullish thing to say we're going. And if we come back here, we can see anytime we touch this, I think it's a 21, right, or 20-week moving exponential moving average. I can never remember if it's 20 or 21. I could actually have it wrong, but the only thing that would change it is just slightly here. And Like you can see, it's not much on there, but when you zoom in a lot, it really does change it. And I believe it's 20 week, but still very, very tired coming back from the trip. So we are coming down. Every time we busted out of this moving average, we came back and touched it in these bull runs here. And it wasn't until after that we broke below it that it became very, very, very heavy resistance again in our other run above it, and everybody knows where we went from there. So now we have broken through it. We've proven 1 month, 2 month, 3 month where we actually came up and broke this other resistance. Take this top line, this magenta line here, purple line, whatever it is. Now we are almost about to make that our support. So if we can close above, I just want to keep it safe, 11,000 in 7 days, it's off to the moon. And I don't think we'll ever fill the CME gap. But if we are going to fill the CME gap, close below this, have some fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and go potentially lower, I think we may just have to redraw this line here a little bit further, and it could take another 6 to 8 months before Bitcoin does truly take off. This is a very, very, very bearish scenario to extend this out that much further, in my opinion. But I just want you guys to be able to see that as we build these charts and make these trends, there's lots and lots of things that can change and go from there. So I think the next week's gonna be really, really critical for Bitcoin specifically. The monthly and 3 month candle closing gives us a lot of data that is very, very important to whether or not is it going to be bullish or is it going to be bearish. And we are at that critical point. So what Bitcoin does now is very, very important. If I move into actually let me switch back on this one. Let's go to the weekly. We're going to keep zooming in slowly here. Okay, if we come here and you have our weekly candles, you can see that we're doing the same thing. We're bouncing on here. Those lines that I drew are showing this resistance, but right here, depending on what we do in the next couple days on Sunday, could determine whether or not we stay down here a little bit longer. And a lot of people are worried of potential shutdowns in either the US, Europe, other places. So there's a lot of fear right now. So personally, as far as trades, I'm kind of just sitting back. I have what I can accumulate. I bought a lot in the last week, and now I'll probably start taking profits again if we do continue to go up. But I'm more just kind of chilling and waiting for what the best move is. If you watched any of my last, whoops, that's a different chart. If you watched any of my other videos, I stated that I thought we would, right around this area, that we would come up, get rejected by I actually said 10.9 or 10.8, I believe, with my highest target at 10.11.1, and my highest target was beat by a little bit, by about $100 to 11.2, but that was just in a wick, and then we came down. My other prediction was we would actually break this 20 week moving average, come down to fill the gap. 9,300 was actually where I thought we could go, just because of all the volume and support that we have there. I thought it'd be a quick wick, and then we'd come back up, and if we could fill that gap, we could get all those people who don't want, who are the people who are worried and fearful, out of the picture, and then we could actually have a good bull run. But as of right now, with the election coming up and things like that, we could easily stay in this symmetrical triangle for, all the way till October before we actually see any big moves. But with the election right in this area, that's right where this symmetrical triangle ends. So, so this next week's gonna be crucial for whether or not we are definitely bull run, or are we going to have to keep hovering in that uncertainty until enough people are switched over to the bull side? We do have a little bit of divergence here. We can see the RSI going down, price going up. This typically just represents that a trend reversal is to occur. So in this case here, we could easily come back down and just ride this line all the way up. And, that would technically still reset all of this and then validate this line. We did bounce on the MACD here on the daily, but the last time that we were doing this, let me zoom this one in just a little bit, you can see that we have bounced off of it right there. So this looked rough, like we were going down, but then boom, see what happened. So we are in that same part. We bounced on there, so we could, if we keep it real tight right here, we could pop up and come back up to at least test that 11.1 again, see if we can get above that. If we break the 11.1, then of course, we're gonna at least go up to test some new highs. So definitely keep an eye on this. I said I'm actually more at about a 50-50 on what I think is going to happen here, only because we had this pump today. I just wasn't expecting for us to be able to pump up. I was expecting more of a ride up and then either a drop down or then another bounce up. Thus this, within a day recovering makes me feel really strong that there's good things going to happen. But the fact that once we got rejected right at that point, which I mentioned here, all the way back into the monthly chart, is the part that really gets me concerned, because that is lots of data and lots of points saying that we are strong support and resistance there. So we just got to see which side we're on. Are we on top of it? Are we below it? So let's make sure we watch what happens here in the next 7 days. For XRP, it's very, very similar picture. The problem with XRP, though, is we're below the moving average here. This is, again, the 1 week moving average on, did I do 20? Maybe let me adjust that, make sure I have that right. I think it just extends how far out it is more than it adjusts the line change. Okay, yeah. So I play around with the technicals all the time. If you do have questions about that, please let me know in the comments, because we're basically trying to find what's the best line for trends confirmation. But for XRP here, this here is a pivot point that was very, very strong. You can see we came down to it here, and then we broke through it. So this spot is very, very important. I'm very, very bullish on XRP. If you follow me on Twitter, I actually shorted XRP a lot and made over 6,000 XRP in the short. And I know some people were following me in my Discord, which the link is in the description. If you want to do 100% free, come ask me all the questions you want. I believe I'm a wealth of knowledge, and if I don't know, I'll look it up with you. Being below that is a little worrisome for XRP, but XRP will just blow your fucking mind. Okay, so I think right now it's so cheap. Like, why would you not want to at least try and invest in it? But again, I'm just a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice, but I did buy a lot more XRP, and a lot is all perspective. My a lot could be tons to you, but it could be like pennies to you. So, who cares? To me, it was a lot. And I'm going to continue dollar cost averaging, and we'll see where this goes. Cause I feel like one day you're just going to wake up and XRP is going to be at like $2 and you're not going to know what to do. You'll shit your pants, try to sell, and then but that's for another story. So overall, I think XRP is going to follow whatever Bitcoin does. There's lots and lots of support below us. We have support here at 23, 22 and a half, 22.10, I believe, 22. I mean, I've studied XRP for such a long time. I have so many notes on XRP, and it's the only reason why I think I've been so successful trading it, especially with Bybit and doing short-term trades, which I can't zoom in. Let me see if I move that over. Yeah, we can see that my account went from 2,000 up to 7,000 off of that one trade. And, very proud. I'm trying to do another setup. I'm really hoping that I can find the bottom here and then do a nice, maybe medium to high leverage long that I can carry up to this 34, 40 cents, 45 cents, which I do expect to see by the end of the year. So this video went a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I just really wanted to show you guys that, right now, a lot of people don't know what to do. They don't know what's going to happen. So when in doubt, zoom that shit out, right? And in 7 days, we're going to have some confirmations on some pretty big ass candles, a monthly and a 3-month candle. So, keep an eye out on that. 10.75 is a very, very important number. I do think we're actually going to do above that. I really do. I don't think this little short bear trend out of our first top to 12,000, I think that's coming to the end soon. I think October is going to be pretty crazy. And if 2020 was shocking to you before, you just wait till 2021. But that's going to do it for me. I will be streaming later tonight, so if you do have questions, tune into Twitch. And if you didn't hit that subscribe button, please hit that. It's a good way to support me, and I will keep bringing you as much content. And that's it, guys. Take it easy.